Hey there everybody, and welcome to this video review of 5 random but incredibly popular headphones. If you're asking yourself the question of what should I get based on my budget, what are the best Bluetooth earbuds, stay tuned. That's what I'm going to be covering in this video right now. Now don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the channel for more content just like this. Now jumping straight in, we have the Amazon Echo Buds. This is the first generation, the Boltune Bluetooth earbuds, the Anker Sound Core, Samsung Galaxy Buds, and then the Bose Comfort. So I'm going to be basically grading these on overall quality, size, both of the earbuds and the case, comfort, and price. So kind of hard to do it based on comfort. Everyone has a different shaped ear. So this is all going to be subjective to me. That's life. I see a lot of complaints in different reviews. So we're going to keep this as realistic as possible. So jumping straight in, I'm kind of highlighting the Anker Sound Core. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies here, so this is an unbiased review. But I'm highlighting this one, A, because I did not lose the box, and B, because I actually really enjoy these headphones. So we will start from the bottom and work our way up into headphones that I prefer the most. So we will go ahead and start with the Boltune earbuds. So currently on Amazon, these are $59.99, and basically the main perk to this is they have this CVC 8.0 noise cancellation. Most people may not know what that means, and to be honest, these are my least favorite out of all of the earbuds here. So these are $59.99. When I bought these, I had a promo card. I'm going to put a link in the video review to show you. I think I was like $20 off or something if you buy these and leave a review. Not sure if they're still doing it, but I got an Amazon gift card for it. The main reason I'm rating these so negatively is, first, they have this almost like a carpet or cloth case, which I'm not a huge fan of. Let me try to focus in. So it's the only one out of all of these that has this material on the case. So I'm not a huge fan of that. And then the case is incredibly light and it's pretty small. It's the second smallest here. So this is the Galaxy Bud case. You can tell side-by-side comparison. This is the smallest and probably the lightest out of all of them. Now, if you're looking to get headphones for working out, I do not recommend these. I tried to use these while I was doing a run the first time ever and actually put some sweat in them. They did not handle very well. So overall, not great there. The playback time, they're rated for up to 7 hours. And I hate the phrase up to, because most of the time that's a company's way of saying not quite. So I was probably averaging between 4 to 5 hours, maybe upwards of 6. And I ended up contacting support wondering what they meant when they stated that, and basically was told, you know, there's a difference in testing environments, etc. But this did not meet my expectations. Now, earbuds themselves, solid-ish feeling case. You have a single LED indicator. You're going to get a couple of those gel tips. These do have the in-ear, basically like sensing technology. So when you take it out or take one out, it'll automatically play your music. Overall, you're probably going to get between 4 and 6 hours, probably closer to the lower middle end of that spectrum. And then with these, they're also claiming 42 hours with the case. I, again, think that must be something different with how I'm using them, because that is not what I believe that I was getting overall. They're claiming an IPX8 waterproof rating. Either I have some crazy intense superhuman sweat, or that just wasn't the case for these, because I was really only using these for running. So we'll go ahead and kind of factor those out. Again, least favorite in my personal opinion. And the other point on the top of this case, you'll notice the words Boltune were here. If you put these in your pocket, those words will actually start to potentially rub off. So it's not like basically cut into the case itself. So I'm done harping on that one for now. So next favorite for me personally is going to be Amazon Echo Buds. So solid plastic construction, really unique size. They didn't go with the traditional pill shape of the others. I would say this is probably the third biggest, or third smallest, depending on which direction you're going from. So it's bigger than Boltune and Samsung. Overall, I would say it's almost bigger than the Sound Core. So it's still a fairly large case, case in point. Now, USB Type-C is actually not included on this one. So this is the first gen. Now, that is one thing that makes the Boltune stand out. So we have USB Type-C there. So these, if you want to get the newest generation, it's $139.99. Again, this is the first gen, so they're a little bit cheaper online. I'm going to rate based on the specs of the newest generation. So on the newest gen, $139.99 on Amazon now. They had a climate pledge friendly note, which was interesting. I didn't see that on some of the others. They still could be. They have active noise cancellation. They give 5 hours of playback, 15 with the case, and 2 hours of playback on a 15-minute charge, IPX4 rating for water resistance. So overall, you can tell this case, it can get pretty scratched up relatively easily. So, I mean, that's going to be any plastic case though, if we're being realistic. Your sync buttons on the back, not having Type-C even in the first gen, considering these came out relatively recently, not a huge selling point for these. And to me, it just shows that the construction is a little bit behind. Now, when you open it, solid feeling hinge, kind of this awkward lump right here. It's almost like they're trying to find ways to fit more battery without making things look awkwardly or look awkward on the outside. All these earbuds listed here are going to have this magnetic drop-in. This is probably one of the weaker feeling magnets though. I mean, it just doesn't have that satisfying click to it. It almost feels like they'll fall out pretty easily. They haven't yet. The main reason I think you buy these is if you need the Alexa technology. So if you want to use that wake up word and actually do something like while you're walking hands free, these are great. That's the only reason I would personally buy them. So specs are decent, but there are a lot of complaints about them kind of cutting in and out. So the Bluetooth is not necessarily as good on these overall. Just the general quality while listening to music is not great. Again, you just buy them for the Amazon Alexa feature. So that is what it is. So these will be my second rated. Next up, we have the Samsung Galaxy Buds Plus. So these are powered by AKG. Love them just because I had an S9 and those wired headphones lasted forever. And by forever, I mean they're still working. So this is the smallest. So just for form factor alone, this is a 10 out of 10. So these, I'm rating them as the lowest because pricing is kind of high and you're not really getting a whole lot. You can upgrade to the Amazon Echo Buds for better quality and same playback time. With these, you're going to be looking for the, essentially for like the Plus buds. So Galaxy Buds have a couple different models. So for these, you're looking at $99.99 on sale right now on Amazon. They're typically $149.99. 11 hours of playback with an additional 11 hours in the case. So incredible playback time overall. The case only offering 11 hours, but 22 hours for a case this small is great. I mean, this profile is probably pretty close to the AirPods case, still probably bigger, but overall, definitely solid. The magnetic drop-in, I've noticed these, it almost feels like it's difficult. They're stuck in so far. It can be a little hard to get them out, but overall, not too bad. Very, very light. They have the little wingtips to make them feel comfortable in your ear. So overall, like I said, these for general quality, reviews online seem to point to these being pretty good. So I definitely rate these in the middle, primarily for pricing. Next up is going to be my second favorite. Honestly, potentially my first favorite, mainly based on price. So this is the Anker Soundcore earbuds. I'm going to drop a link in the description to the unboxing for these. Presentation for these is just solid overall. My only complaint so far for these headphones is this case is just not up to par with what I wanted. I put this in my pocket with a wallet and some keys like I've done with some others, and it just scratched incredibly quickly. That being said, in my opinion, kind of a dumb thing to complain about. You don't buy them to brag about a case. So when you're opening it, it opens incredibly easily up until this point, and then it pops. That's a little odd for me, but the construction on the inside looks great. They look like they're trying to shoot for similar to like a Beats appearance. Earbuds themselves, they come with multiple wingtips. I think one of the biggest and best variations of wingtips and earbuds that I've seen. And you're going to have your left and your right. These have worked great for me. And the thing that I love the most is not only are they one of the cheapest, actually literally the cheapest out here right now, they're rated for 6 to 8 hours of playback time. I ran these with music connected to Bluetooth for 8.5 hours straight. And my Bluetooth sensor on my phone was still showing 10% battery life left. So incredibly long battery life. Playback with the case is rated for 100 hours. IPX5 waterproof rating, and they're $41.99 on Amazon right now. Now, with that 100-hour playback time, this is a heavy case, potentially the heaviest one out here right now. If that's not a huge deal, form factor, it's Borderlining on probably too big to fit in if you have like a wallet and keys in one pocket, but again, overall, just very, very impressed with these. I'll keep you all updated on kind of how they progress over the next couple of months. Use these while working out and running. They stay in my ear. Sound quality, solid overall. I think the highs and mids are the best. The bass, I've had trouble connecting these with the app, so the bass is kind of lacking a little bit, but that's also because I can't adjust the equalizer settings right now. And also, final note, USB-C always gets bonus points in my book. And lastly, we have the Bose Quiet Comfort. So these would be my favorite for price alone. So the war right now is between these two. Overall, these are my personal favorite because Bluetooth earbuds, in my opinion, aren't going to usually last more than like 2 years. Battery degradation and all this other factors considered. These Quiet Comfort, best audio quality out of all of them by far. Active noise cancellation with these is incredible. It blocks out so much in the background. Price is kind of like a determining factor for many. These are $279.99 on Amazon now. IPX4 rated. With something that's $280, I wouldn't want to wear these in the gym to begin with. I would get cheaper headphones, which is what I did. And then they have 6 hours of playback with an additional 12 in the case. You're probably going to get true to that playback time. So overall, what I love about these, you could tell it's a Bose product. Pretty light. It is also the largest case out of all of them. So that has been a complaint for a lot of people. You can kind of expect the USB Type-C, so solid product. And you get this cool kind of like hydraulic lift when they open. You'll get the blinking lights from both, your syncing button in the middle, and kind of like this cool rubberized top to keep them in place. Construction on this just feels great. There's a lot of symmetry, and I just really like how it feels. It does capture smudges pretty easily, but the case hasn't scratched terribly since I've been using it, so incredibly premium quality feel. So if you had to ask me my personal opinion, being as unbiased as possible, I would put it between these two, the Bose and the Anker Soundcore. Again, just in summary, for price, I don't think you can beat the Anker Soundcore product. It's incredible price. They have a solid warranty listed on their Amazon page. Audio quality is pretty good, and if you can get the app to work, my only complaints about the case and the weight are far outweighed by the overall quality and the fact that for a product under $50, you're going to get 8+ hours of playback time. And when I used them for calls, they work pretty well as well. So that outweighs all of the negatives with like this case being scratched, etc. But if you have the money, jump for a pair of Bose. I mean, the sound quality on these is just mind-blowing. Their app works well. The active noise cancellation is my favorite part. I mean, you can pretty much have someone vacuuming near you. You'll still hear it. But when you take one out, you'll be amazed at how much noise floods in because of how well this active noise cancellation works. Only weird thing about these, don't use them near a blender. When the active noise cancellation tries to cancel out that weird noise for anything that's kind of repetitive and intense like that, it'll make a weird staticky noise, but again, that's a weird thing to complain about or even notice. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comment box below. It's kind of a big thing to try to do all of these at the same time. So just trying to keep it short and simple for you. Don't forget to check out the channel for new content. I'll see you all in the next video. And again, drop your questions and comments below.